Hey, I'm Carr. Lately, I've done a lot of complaining about capitalism and state violence, and other really negative, heavy subjects. So this time I wanted to take a moment to pay my respects and honor the bravest men and women of our great nation. They suit up every day and go to work at the deadliest job in America just so that we can continue to live in a society and enjoy the peace and freedom that comes with living in this blessed country. Now please rise to honor and celebrate our heroes as they stare death in the face to provide a better world for us. Give it up for the logging workers. Logging workers. Wait, what? Surely there must have been some kind of error or something in my notes. Hold on, let me check. Nope, it's right there. The highest rate of fatal injuries in the civilian occupations per 100,000 full-time workers belongs to logging workers. Huh. Ain't that something? Honestly impressive considering that they're wearing suspenders the whole time. Well, certainly we can't help but take a moment to honor the second deadliest job in America. Those stalwart defenders of our way of life. Let's give it up for fishermen. Huh? Okay, let me just scroll down the list here. Lumberjacks, fishermen, aircraft pilots and roofers, garbage men, truck drivers and delivery drivers, farmers, structural metal workers, construction workers, and landscapers. Apparently, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, those were the top 10 deadliest jobs per 100,000 full-time workers. Okay, I'm done having fun. Let's get to the point. So you've no doubt recently heard, in response to calls to defund or abolish the police, this common rebuttal. They have a dangerous job. You hear this constantly. Society has painted police work as this sacred calling, brave warriors standing up to unspeakable horrors and the darkest manifestations of evil on the battlefield of the city streets. Whenever a police officer dies in the line of duty, it's not uncommon to see an oppressively large procession of first responder vehicles forming a parade to the cemetery. This makes it all the more weird that I've yet to see a dead truck driver make the front page of the newspaper or have local news anchors providing the times for public viewings of a lumberjack. This is despite the fact that more truckers die in the line of duty than cops nationwide, by several orders of magnitude. Why aren't we celebrating the lost lives of loggers, truckers, and delivery drivers? Well, society hasn't been conditioned to portray them as heroes. Now, normally, I prefer to work with thought experiments and examine the greater logic behind societal ills, but this time I wanted to include some hard data to shed light on the realities of American police work, as opposed to the mythos. I want to explore this a bit deeper and get an idea of just how dangerous police work is. The numbers show us the truth. The reality is that a pizza delivery driver technically has a higher chance of being killed in the line of duty than a peace officer. So, according to the FBI, 9 law enforcement officers were killed in the line of duty in 2019. Of those, 48 died as a result of felonious acts. 41 died in accidents. As you can see, almost half of the deaths in the line of duty were accidental. 35 of those 41 accidental deaths were the result of traffic accidents, either taking place in a vehicle or as a pedestrian struck by a vehicle. Oh, and know that each of those cases were ruled accidental by investigations. Cases where the officers were struck by a moving vehicle intentionally is counted in the 48 deaths by felonious acts. With all of that being said, don't let my tone suggest that I don't recognize the difficulties of police work. There are many hard jobs in this world, and I am willing to admit that police work is one of them, especially in our current system. Right now, police departments enjoy massive, bloated budgets while resources for addiction, education, and mental health are in short supply, and those departments have to scrape to get any sort of funding. Cops are often the first ones to respond to calls of violence and child abuse. They will encounter those struggling with the deepest depths of substance addiction, those who are victimized by human trafficking, and they have to deal with the grisly aftermath of deadly vehicular collisions. So I'd never say that it is an easy job. Most jobs aren't easy jobs. There will always be an inherent challenge to exchanging our labor for currency in a capitalist system. Apparently, it's not an easy job to live with a cop either if the numbers are anything to go by. So that takes us to the really unfortunate part. The thing responsible for killing the most police officers in America in 2019 was their own hand. Nonprofit organization Blue Help reported that 228 officers took their own lives in 2019, the highest since comprehensive record-keeping started. Being a cop is a hard job. Despite all of the provisions that their unions make available to them, oftentimes cops have no means to seek help without being declared unfit for duty. This in turn places their livelihoods, chances at promotion, and retirement in jeopardy. And much like the way we treat our soldiers, we shower them with praise and adorations without providing adequate mental health care. I get that it's a hard job. Those numbers I brought up earlier about deaths in the line of duty were not meant to disprove that. It's just that the difficulty of the job is often paraded out as a means to hand-wave away the very clear abuses of power and lack of accountability. I know that it's a difficult job, and as defunding the police becomes a bigger part of the early steps towards a post-police world, we can use this opportunity to take some of the pressure off of the cops by redistributing their funding, giving them less to contend with, and making it so that police work is not such a hard job. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please comment, like, and subscribe. I have a Twitch where I play games and give lectures. You can also follow me on Twitter, where you can let me know what you're bringing to the cookout. And if you're so inclined, I do have a Patreon. Thank you.